Welcome back to Disturbed Reality. Haiti, a nation marked by a turbulent history of political instability, economic challenges, and social unrest, has seen the emergence of various actors vying for power and influence. Among those figures stands Jimmy Barbecue Chérizier, whose rise within the paramilitary landscape has drawn attention both domestically and internationally. Understanding Chérezier's trajectory sheds light on the complex dynamics of power and governance in Haiti. To understand Chérezier's rise, one must first grasp the historical and contemporary context of Haiti. Born out of a successful slave revolt, Haiti's history is marked by both triumphs and struggles. Persistent political instability, corruption, economic disparity, and foreign intervention have contributed to a fractured society grappling with issues of governance and security. Against this backdrop, armed groups and paramilitary forces have often filled the power vacuum, further complicating the quest for stability and democratic governance. Jimmy Chérizier, known by his nickname Barbecue, hails from the neighbourhoods of Port-au-Prince, Haiti's capital. His early life reflects the experiences of many Haitians: poverty, limited access to education, and the challenges of urban life. Like numerous young men in similar circumstances, Chérizier may have found himself drawn into street gangs or local militias, despite also working as a police officer as a means of survival or empowerment. The emergence of Chérizier as a significant paramilitary leader in Haiti carries profound implications for governance, security, and human rights. On one hand, his supporters view him as a champion of the marginalized, a symbol of resistance against oppression, and a force for social justice, as well as eliminating the so-called puppet government, which many believe are controlled by the Biden administration. However, critics argue that Chérezier's methods, which often involve extrajudicial violence and intimidation, undermine the rule of law and exasperate the cycle of violence and impunity. Moreover, Chérezier's rise underscores the challenges facing Haiti's fragile democracy and institutions. The proliferation of armed groups and paramilitary forces threatens the country's stability, hindering efforts to establish the rule of law, ensuring accountability, and promoting inclusive governance. The rise of Jimmy Barbecue Chérizier within Haiti's paramilitary landscape reflects the complex interplay of historical legacies, socio-economic realities, and political dynamics. His ascendance underscores the enduring challenges facing Haiti as it seeks to navigate a path towards stability, democracy, and social justice. Addressing these challenges requires not only a concerted effort to address the root causes of instability, but also a commitment to strengthening democratic institutions, promoting human rights, and fostering inclusive governance. Ultimately, failure to do so risks further entrenching cycles of violence, undermining the aspirations of the Haitian people, and perpetuating the nation's socio-political malaise. For some, Barbecue is a freedom fighter. For others, he is a glorified gangster. Though, whatever the truth is, he maintains a healthy support from the disenfranchised who are desperate for the country of Haiti to take a turn in a different direction. Western media have painted Jimmy Chérizier as being the tyrannical bad guy who must be stopped, though the wheels on that old tried and tested narrative seem to be falling off. We saw what happened with Iraq and Libya when those in power were ousted. Ultimately, a vacuum was left that was filled with multiple warring factions, which in turn increased levels of violence. Libya in particular were decimated following the murder of Colonel Gaddafi, and they have yet to recover. I'm not saying Chérizier is a saint, nor am I supporting him, but let's face it, Western foreign policy in recent decades hasn't been the most effective. Instead, it's been destructive. Naturally, when they tell us this is the new bad guy, we should ask the question, are we being lied to, or is this just hysteria? More than likely, the truth is probably somewhere in the middle. What isn't in doubt, however, is Barbecue's ties to criminal organisations. Jimmy Barbecue Chérizier was born in Delmas, Port-au-Prince, next to the slums of La Saline. He was one of 8 children. His father died while Jimmy was only 5 years old, and he quickly had to learn to fend for himself and help out his family by taking odd jobs. Chérezier's mother worked as a fried chicken seller during his childhood, which he claims to be the origin of his nickname Barbecue. Others, however, claim it originated from allegations of him setting people on fire during massacres, as well as encouraging cannibalism, which he denies. Chérizier was a police officer for the Haitian National Police prior to becoming a figure in Haiti's criminal underworld. Barbecue belonged to the Unit for the Maintenance of Order, a special unit within the Haitian National Police. While he was a police officer, Chérizier is alleged to have perpetrated the 2018 La Saline massacre, in which at least 71 people were killed and over 400 homes were burnt down. He is also accused of being involved in the 2017 Grande Ravine massacre that killed at least 9 people, and the 2019 Bel Air massacre. In December of 2018, Chérizier was fired by the Haitian National Police due to his gang ties and political activism. Jimmy Barbecue Chérizier is currently the leader of the Revolutionary Forces of the G9 Family and Allies, a self-described federation of rebel groups. The organisation was originally composed of 9 groups, though over recent months other groups have allied to the G9 family. Chérizier calls himself the leader of an armed revolution, and the formation of the G9 was announced by Chérizier in a YouTube video on the 10th of June 2020, soon after the May 2020 Port-au-Prince massacre. Since their formation, the G9 family have been accused of perpetrating massacres against civilians. These include a May 2020 massacre across various neighbourhoods of Port-au-Prince that killed up to 34 people. Another massacre that lasted from August to September of 2020 claimed a further 22 lives. The National Human Rights Defense Network, a human rights group based in Haiti, reported on the 2020-2021 massacre in Bel Air committed by G9. 81 people were killed in total. 36 people were killed from August to December of 2020 and 45 from March to May of 2021. 18 people are still missing. A massacre in Cité Soleil from January to May of 2021 by G9 killed 44 people and left a further 7 missing. Human rights groups and victims have described the G9's tactics to include random killing of civilians, systematic abuse, looting and torching villages, kidnapping and dismemberments. Despite G9 being accused of victimizing civilians and allegedly participating in massacres, the group still have a large support base in the country due to their close alignments with former president Jovenel Moïse. Jovenel Moïse was the 43rd president of Haiti who served from 2017 until his assassination in 2021. The G9 was once closely allied with former President Jovenel Moïse and free from prosecution as long as they enforced street-level peace. In investigating the 2020-2021 Bel Air massacre and the 2021 Cité Soleil massacre, human rights groups reported that Haitian National Police officers did not intervene in the massacres after failing to receive orders from superiors and did not file any police reports on witness testimony, and that judicial authorities claimed to have received no complaints from any massacre victims. Some reports even indicate that allegedly police equipment was used to conduct the massacres. It was also alleged by some Haitians that President Jovenel Moïse was responsible for the massacres, essentially using Chérezier's gang to repress government dissidents. In the weeks leading up to the assassination of Jovenel Moïse, the United Nations described gang violence as peaking at unprecedented levels, and that gang violence had caused a mass exodus of several thousands of people from Port-au-Prince. On the 23rd of June 2021, Chérizier declared that the G9 gang collective would lead an armed revolution against Haiti's business and political elites. He described the G9 as filling the void left by government weakness and a force to deliver Haiti from the opposition, the government, and the Haitian bourgeoisie who sold their people out to foreign interests. Since the assassination of Jovenel Moïse, Jimmy Barbecue Chérizier has enjoyed much more influence throughout Haiti and has attained support from many. In March of 2024, the name Jimmy Barbecue Chérizier became mainstream after the dissemination of a shocking video from Haiti. The video showed a horrific scene that involved cannibalism, and the clip soon went viral. Many blue checkmark accounts on Twitter with large followings shared the video, claiming that it was recent, and with some even claiming that the perpetrator to be Barbecue. However, a simple Google search would have shown this not to be the case. The video in question was actually from over 2 years prior, and has nothing to do with the current unrest in Haiti, and is said to have nothing to do with Jimmy Chérizier. This obvious fake news led many to ask the question whether Barbecue was the boogeyman that social media and mainstream media were portraying. Ultimately, Jimmy and his affiliates have caused much chaos across Haiti. However, his rise is merely a symptom of the current situation plaguing Haiti, which includes poverty, governmental and judicial corruption, poverty, natural disasters, a lack of education, as well as organised crime. The first video in question, involving cannibalism, is without doubt very disturbing. The clip itself is 1 minute and 36 seconds in length, and as you play the video, you are met with the sight of a burning corpse in the middle of the streets. The video has been shot during daytime, and bystanders can be seen looking on at the gruesome scene. Standing casually next to the flaming corpse is a slim, tall man who is wearing what looks like a do-rag and a multicoloured shirt. He stands next to the flaming body without a care in the world, and from a distance you see that he is eating. The person filming gets closer to the man, while laughing and seemingly encouraging him. The man is eating what looks like charred meat. It almost looks like beef jerky, for lack of a better description. While eating, he drops a bit of meat on the ground, but he doesn't waste it. He picks it up and eats it in front of a camera. He then pulls a piece of the chewed up meat out of his mouth to show the camera, before putting it back in his mouth and swallowing it. After eating the meat, the man then bends down next to the flaming body, and he lifts the leg up, which is completely charred and burned. With ease, he then pulls a chunk of flesh off the leg, and he once again eats it. The video then jump cuts, and it shows the same man, this time in a new location. He has a glass of what appears to be alcohol in his hand, and he is still eating. Once again, he takes the chewed up meat out of his mouth, and it looks greyish. He shows it to the person filming, before once again placing the human flesh inside of his mouth, before swallowing it and chasing it down with alcohol. While the video is extremely disturbing, it isn't a recent clip, and it's not tied to Barbecue Chérizier. In fact, it was released in and around November of 2021. However, many graphic videos have been released out of Haiti over recent months that perfectly highlight the brutal reality of the current situation in the country. When it comes to the proliferation of graphic videos in recent years, while countries such as Mexico and to a lesser extent Brazil attract most of the attention, Haiti has actually produced more shocking videos in recent times, though they tend not to attract as much coverage as videos stemming from the drug war. I could talk about a myriad of recent videos from Haiti, however, one that was sent to me by a subscriber caught my eye due to its unique brutality. But nevertheless, what happens in the actual video? The video itself is exactly 2 minutes in length, and allegedly the clip stemmed from a gang dispute. Whether G9 were involved is unknown. The clip was shot during the middle of the day in what appears to be a rural type location. As you play the video, you see the victim, who is a shirtless man who maybe is in his late 20s or early 30s. He is laying on the dirt ground on his back, and he has a machete wound on the top right of his chest, near the shoulder. A pool of blood is forming on the ground next to his body. On first glance, it actually appears that the victim is dead. However, as you watch the video, you realise that isn't the case. In fact, it seemed as if he was playing dead in an attempt to save his life. The person filming walks around the victim while shouting and screaming at him, cussing him out. He circles the victim like a predatory animal would its prey, and out of nowhere, the man filming takes a machete and slams the blade down onto the victim's neck. Immediately, the victim sits up slightly, and blood literally sprays out of a laceration in his neck. You audibly hear the blood spray out at high pressure, and you hear the blood droplets hit the floor. It sounds like a leaking tap. You also hear the blood collect in the victim's throat, and his attempted breathing is soon drowned out by the sounds of bubbling blood. The machete the killer is using is possibly the sharpest blade that I've ever seen in any machete video. The killer then strikes the victim in his upper ribcage area with the machete, and it causes a huge gash deep enough so that you see the white of his ribs. The killer once again strikes the victim with the machete in the upper torso area. The blade rips through the man's abdominal muscles, and out pops his guts from the wound. You literally see the yellow of internal fat surrounding his guts and organs. It's utterly disgusting. A second man also begins to hack away at the victim with another razor-sharp machete. Each strike causes so much damage. The second man then crouches down next to the victim, and he lifts his head up, before then sucking on the man's lacerated neck, drinking his blood from the wound like a vampire. It's utterly depraved and disgusting. After this scene, the person filming then seems to hand his machete to another man, and the cameraman then steps back as the two men then hack away at the corpse of the victim. One is hacking away at his legs, and the other is hacking away at his chest, neck, and head. On one of the blows, the razor-sharp machete blade removes the skin on the left side of the victim's chin and face. After each hack with the blades, the victim's corpse becomes increasingly mangled, with pieces of flesh hanging off his body and internal organs protruding from his stomach. There is an incredible amount of blood on the ground, a huge pool of red liquid. The initial machete blow drained most of the blood from his body, meaning that the subsequent cuts after barely bled due to the lack of blood in his body. The video is depraved, and amongst the most violent I've seen from Haiti in a while, probably since the Haitian head smash video. Gangs and mobs in Haiti tend to gravitate towards burning victims. However, this video was more reminiscent of the types of clips that we see from Mexico and Brazil. The cannibalistic element to this video also adds to the depravity. Like most clips in Haiti, it probably won't gain much traction, but the video is utterly horrific. But anyway, that is the video. I hope you enjoyed it, if you can enjoy this sort of content. If you're new here, if you could smash the like, that would be much appreciated, and hit subscribe, always helps me out. If you'd like to get in touch and recommend cases, please feel free to follow me on Twitter and drop me a DM, because I can certainly look at any case recommendations. Also, if you're interested, my Twitch is also linked in the pinned comment, as is my Patreon. But yeah, as always, stay safe, and I'll catch you on the next one.